Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm on a peculiar time, but I am going down that road. Yes, I am, ladies and gentlemen. I am going full aliens. I'm going UAP's disclosure, and I'm calling it right now. We are being primed on this planet that we call Earth. We are being primed for a cosmic disclosure and potentially World War G. And by G, I mean galactic. So a recent study came out, and I'm going to try and keep this video under 10 minutes if I can. So a recent study came out, and the study claims that 95% of educated people 95% of educated people believe in UFOs, aliens. They just don't publicly admit it. Now, I'll share this with you really quickly before the let me see if I can share this quick before the ads get on. This is the article I'm coming from. ETs exist. 95% of educated people believe in... the ad's got you. 95% of educated people believe in... Where we are now, it looks like it's an inevitability that Donald Trump's going to, the United States are going to absorb the United Kingdom. So let's just get on with this. In fact, let me put the chat on, actually, before we start. Right, the chat is on. The chat is on. We are talking about aliens. Aliens. So, ladies and gentlemen, friends, team, people who dare to look up at the stars at night and wonder, have you ever felt that nagging suspicion deep in your gut that we are not alone in this universe? Well, let me tell you a little fable. We are far from you are far from isolated in that thought. We are far from isolated in that thought. In fact, a groundbreaking study from Harvard University, I just shared it with you, has peeled back the curtain on something extraordinary. They surveyed over 6,000 highly educated people, academics, doctors, scientists. No, not the ones that are coming over to the United Kingdom on boats, the real ones. And what they found is quite phenomenal. The ages were averaging 49 years old, most coming from the United Kingdom, the United States, Spain, and Canada. And guess what? A whopping 95% of those academics, doctors, scientists, they all believe that there is intelligent extraterrestrial life out there. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking, oh, what's Sean talking about? He's talking nonsense again. Maybe you're one of the, I don't know, maybe you're one of the uneducated, but here we go, guys, okay? Because here's the kicker. Most of these people keep their beliefs under wraps. They're afraid of being laughed out of the room. I am absolutely not afraid of being laughed out of the room. It's happened to me a few times. And they're seeming, they're scared of talking about it, basically. In a world that still ties aliens to alien talk, to tinfoil hats and wild conspiracies, the researchers nailed it. They call it the cosmic closet. That's what they're calling it. So maybe people are just in the cosmic closet. Not me, guys. I'm out of the cosmic closet. When people hide their true convictions because they underestimate how many others feel the same, they think only about half of the peers believe in extraterrestrials when it's actually a lot higher. And it's funny because I shared this article on a group chat, and hopefully you guys will be able to come with me when hopefully one day you guys will be able to come with me to work, and you guys will be able to see all the stuff I do. But I put this, the article I've just shared with you guys, I put that on a group chat, and the chat went wild. Like on the group chat, we was all, I can't tell you what we was talking about, but we were all really going into the granularization of this. And there's a lot of military guys on there. We started talking about how to defend Earth against aliens, and I will come on to that. So the lowball figures, you know, where people think only half of their peers actually believe in aliens, it's actually a lot higher. Now, this isn't some quirky social phenomenon. It's what a study calls one of the biggest cases of ignorance ever documented, pluralistic ignorance, where we all conform when we all conform to a skeptical norm we don't actually buy into. And it kind of brings you into that cognitive dissonance thing, right? Where you see something that's so wild, but you don't want to believe it. Well, this is kind of the opposite way. You've got beliefs that are so wild, but you just don't want to tell anybody. Just because we misread the silence around us. But why now? Why is, and this is what I'm going to talk about, you know, these, I think we're being primed for a huge disclosure. Why is this belief bubbling up so strongly among smart people? Even as, you know, even as we stay quiet, I can't help but wonder, are we being prepared for a huge alien disclosure? I think we are. I do. I'm calling it now. Think about it. We have been drip fed the UFO, UAP, Tic Tac sightings, all sorts of things. There's government reports, now scientists, you know, more people are stepping forwards and talking about this. There was the Bank of England, and I did another article a couple of days ago talking about the Bank of England has to prepare. This is not me making this up, guys. You know, this is not some fringe. This is not some fringe organization. The Bank of England have been told. Yet the Bank of England has been told to prepare for alien life being announced, or an alien invasion, or I can't remember the exact terminology. So this is all happening. And what if that reveal is closer than we think? What if that reveal is tied to something barreling towards us right now? And yes, I've spoke about it on many live streams. I do often mention it. I'm talking about the asteroid Apophis, a massive space rock set to skim perilously close to Earth, Friday the 13th of April, 2029. Officially, it's just an asteroid. Now, if I was an alien, I'm not. I'm native to this planet Earth. But if I wanted to build a spaceship, you know, a generational craft, where you've got, you know, you're not just sat there in like a chair, you've got, you know, literally like a small world. That's what you have to think about when you're thinking about interstellar travel. I would use an asteroid. I would 100%, I would find an asteroid of a suitable size. I'd mine inside it. It gives you protection. It gives you resources. And, you know, that's your spaceship. So when we're all looking into the cosmos, right, where everybody's looking into the cosmos and expecting to see some sort of shiny metallic object, I don't think that's the case at all. You know, as far as my engineering skills go, I think it will be a lot easier and a lot more, you know, and a lot more beneficial to, if you're going to make a spaceship, make it out of an asteroid. So the asteroid Apophis, coming close to Earth, 2029. It's, you know, officially it is an asteroid, a near-Earth object that will pass within 20,000 miles. That's not even remotely safe. Honestly, I'm calling it, guys. In my opinion, that is not even remotely safe. If you think about, you see the headlines and it says like asteroid skims past Earth, and you're like, oh my God, click. What is it? And you're like, oh, it's 5 million miles away. That's not a skim. 20,000 miles, for context, that is closer than we have geostationary satellites. So it's going underneath satellites. But what if it's more? What if this asteroid Apophis, what if it's more? What if it's cover for an approaching alien fleet? Imagine it, extraterrestrials using an asteroid, excuse me, extraterrestrials using an asteroid as cover, using the trajectory as camouflage, timing their arrival with this cosmic shave to make contact, or worse, to observe us close up. Is this, and I think it could be, guys, I think it could be, Is this the setup? Is this the initial priming for World War G, WWG, as in World War Galactic, an interstellar showdown we are softly being nudged towards? The signs are there, guys. That, like, the signs and the information's all out there in front of us. It's in plain sight. It's among the stars, and we are on the brink. That's where I'm going to leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys think? Do you think we are being primed for this for an alien disclosure? And do you think aliens are real? Right, I'll get a couple of comments on the chat. Right, I'm at 10 minutes 30. I'm at 10 minutes 30. I almost did it, guys. Trevor is saying, right, Trevor, I don't have any mods. I don't know what your last comment was, Trevor. There's no mods. I don't have any mods. Betty Page is saying there'll be nothing left to conquer by then. Yeah, maybe they won't. The Watchman is saying, I've heard all this stuff in the press before. Nothing new, just a distraction from more important goings on. You see, I would say that, right? But there's a few wild things, right, that are tipping my spider senses, right? So, first of all, we've all heard the UFOs, the UAPs, aliens, and, you know, there's going to be a disclosure, and then you get all these people and you don't really get any information. So I get it, right? All this cosmic disclosure stuff, it's all come out before, and you don't really get anything. The two things that that have tipped my scales, and I think it's going to happen. First of all, the asteroid Apophis, right? It's heading towards Earth. It's coming ridiculously close. The trajectory to me doesn't seem safe remotely. That's the first thing. I've spoke about that. Now, the second thing, you're going to have to bear with me on this, and you're going to have to open your mind. You really are, guys. You're going to have to open your mind on this one. The second thing I'm going to say is Independence Day. The movie Independence Day. For those of you guys who've been following me for a while, I've mentioned that movie a few times because I watched it a while back with Will Smith. I mean, it's a fantastic movie. The first Independence Day. Now, and again, just bear with me, guys. Bear with me, because I'm putting together a multifaceted, a multi-dimensional analysis here. I'm not just giving you, like, you know, I'm not just saying, yep, this is happening. I'm giving you guys so many different aspects here. So if you wanted to prime, and I've been primed, if you wanted to prime a generation for an alien invasion, you need to do it in advance, right? Because you need to get them when they're at that impressionable age, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe 15. You need to get people when they're at that age. This happened with Vladimir Putin and the fall of the Soviet Empire. That's a different live stream. I was at that age when Independence Day came out, and like, absolutely not. Like, and there is no circumstances that Raven is going to put his hands up and be one of those guys on the top of the roof saying, welcome, welcome. Not a chance. Raven ain't going to be that. Raven's going to be one of those people in the fast jet taking those fools down. But you need to understand this subversion. And if you trust me, guys, just do it. If you watch Independence Day again, the amount of subliminal messaging in there is phenomenal. You know, the amount of symbolism in that movie, it's quite funny. It's quite funny. Now I've told you that, go back and watch the movie Independence Day and you guys will see exactly what I mean. So I do think it's coming, guys. I do think it's coming. Trevor is saying, I've just sent a post about footage I have from 2003 of the Golden Ball film. Google took it down. Right. I don't know. I don't know what you mean, Trevor. Right. So Trevor's got some footage of I don't know what this is, guys, of a 2003 Golden Ball UFO in Wiltshire. I don't know what that means, guys. I'm getting this in real time. Oh, but Betty is saying I saw it. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just on your computer, Trevor. I don't know. Right, William, I've got you one comment up. Thank you, William, for keeping us godly. Thank you, William, for keeping everyone godly. Keep it to a minimum, William. Keep it to a minimum. Templar Matt is saying, sometimes YouTube blocks my comment. I just write it out again, and it usually put, right, okay. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are jumping on, I said this was only going to be a 10-minute live stream. Raven will be scared when the reapers who are angels come for him. You reap what you sow. Okay, right. Okay, William. First of all, right, you know when the reaper comes for me, I'm telling him I'm not ready. I'm saying, mate, no, I'm not ready. And you know, if he comes and he gets aggressive, he's going to be the one. He's going to be the one going to the candy shop. Sean, have you seen what's happening with the sun after the last asteroid passed? Yeah, well, I don't know if this is what you mean, but I know the sun has been giving off a lot of. So basically, you can see the northern lights in the United Kingdom. I think as far down as Middlesbrough. So I know the sun is giving off a lot of energy. You know, I know the sun is giving off a lot of energy at the moment. Silly Gallardi is saying maybe the aliens are not with destruction intentions. Listen, guys, I'm just gonna err on the side of conscience. I'm gonna err on the side of conscience. I watched Independence Day when I was a very impressionable young boy, and I don't trust the aliens. All right, I don't trust the aliens. I'm gonna err on the side of conscience, of cautiousness. Okay, of caution. Right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are joining for the first time, I'm calling it now. Alien, UFO, UAP disclosure. It's coming. Something big is coming. I'm calling it. Are we being primed? We are being primed for World War G, and World War G as in galactic. And that's what I think is coming, guys. Now, this can be Operation Blue Book or Project Blue Beam, whatever it's called. I don't know, but I think we are going to see that very soon. Right. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do my second gym session for the day, and then I will be back on at 8 o'clock UK time. Baron is saying, if I was an alien and was looking down on Earth, I would think, I'm good for that. I'm going to take off in the cosmos. So some people are saying, you know, why would aliens come? And this is quite chilling, actually. People say, why would aliens come to Earth? And there's one thing on Earth that's nowhere else. And that is humans, right? That's the one thing that's on Earth that's nowhere else, humans. You know, you can find gold, you can find water, you can find, probably not wood, actually. I think wood's rare. If you think about it, right? If you think about the cosmos, wood is rarer than gold, right? Because you've got all the planets, you've got all the cosmos, the asteroids, you've got all the gold, right? So there is a lot more wood in the, there's a lot more gold. I'd say there's a lot more gold in the solar system than there is wood. Anyway, yeah, I think we're right. Yeah, so we could be the food, we could be the meat, we could be the absolute. You know, we could be the food. I'm going to leave Betty Page's comment on, because Betty Page is saying food, and I think that is a fair. I think that's a fair analysis. I do. I think that's a fair analysis. Right. I am going to close this down now. I'm going to go to the gym and I will catch you guys. And I hope you're all going to be here at 8. I do. I hope everybody's going to be here at 8. And I'll catch you guys later. And if you've not done so already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.